Stop trying to use present continuous in Spanish the same way you use it in English. Because right now, you're probably doing one of two things. Translating I'm doing word from word, or worse, using it to speak about the future like I'm leaving tomorrow. And in Spanish, that doesn't make any sense at all. But no worries, I'm here already. I'm Carlos, headmaster and creator of the Spanish B.O.S.S, and in less than 10 minutes, I'm gonna show you how and when to use this tense correctly. So you can stop making this mistake for good. So, vamos a darle. First thing you need to know is that present continuous is not normal tense, like it's not a conjugation, it's an arrangement of words. So basically we're just putting two words together in order to get a new tense, okay? But let me show you. So this is the arrangements of word that we're gonna be using, okay? So we have the verb to be plus any verb in the ing form. But I'm gonna show you how do we create this ing form in Spanish in a few minutes, okay? First, let's talk about this. So how do we say to be in Spanish? So basically in Spanish we have two different ways to say to be. We're gonna have ser, and we're going to have estar, okay? Both of them, they mean to be, okay? Both of them, they are exactly the same thing in English, but not in Spanish. In Spanish, it is important to use the right one every single time, otherwise people is not gonna get it, okay? So basically, every time we speak in present continuous, every time you guys are using a verb with ing, you need to use estar. And I'm saying this because I have seen during the last 15 years a lot of people trying to say or trying to use this tense with this verb, with the verb ser, and that doesn't make any sense at all, okay? People is not gonna get it, trust me. So every time you guys use an ing ending verb, every time you guys use the present continuous tense, you need to use estar all the time, okay? So in this case, this to be is not going to be ser. It has to be always estar, okay? So let's start with the conjugations. So this thing is called present continuous because we're conjugating the verb estar in present tense, okay? So let me show you the conjugations first. So these are the conjugations of the verb estar, right? So we have estoy, that means I am. Estás, that means you are. Ella está, she is. Él está, he is. Just estar by itself means it is. Then we have estamos, that means we are. Then ellos están, they are. Or ustedes están, that means you guys are. And one more time, we will never use this tense with ser. So any conjugation of the verb ser in any tense is not going to make any sense whenever you guys are trying to use these tense, okay? Keep that in mind. But now that we have the conjugations clear, it's time to speak about the verbs in the ing form, okay? So now, how do we create these verbs in the ing form? So as you guys probably know already, in Spanish we have three different types of verbs in the infinitive form, the natural form, the original form, call it whatever you want. But we have three different types of verbs, right? So we're gonna have verbs ending in AR, for example, caminar or hablar, okay? We have verbs ending in ER, for example, comer or correr. And we have verbs ending in IR, for example, vivir or escribir, okay? Now, if we want to turn these verbs in the natural form into verbs with ing, the only thing we need to do is, in this case, we need to replace the AR for ando, okay? For example, if I say caminar, means to walk, but if I want to say walking, I just need to erase this AR natural ending, and I just need to change it for ando, right? So we're gonna say caminando, and that's it. Now, in this case, hablar means to talk. If I want to say talking, then I just need to erase the natural ending, and I'm just going to change it for ando one more time. So I'm just going to have hablando, that means talking, okay? Now, for ER and IR ending verbs, we're going to have exactly the same logic, right? We're just going to have different endings. So basically, we need to replace the ER for yendo and IR also for yendo, okay? So basically, if I want to turn these verbs into the ing ending version, we just need to erase the natural ending, and I just need to replace it for yendo in both cases, and that's it, okay? For example, in this case, I'm not saying comer anymore, right? Like I'm not saying to eat, I'm saying eating. In this case, is comiendo. Corriendo, that means running. Viviendo, that means living. Or escribiendo, that means writing. So basically, what we're gonna have is just any conjugation of the verb estar, right? Like estoy, estás, está, that works for him or her or it. Estamos or están, that works for they or you guys. Plus any verb ending in ando or yendo. That's it. That's present continuous, okay? So let me show you a few examples. Now, first thing we want to say in this case is she is walking, okay? So let's do it. So for she is, we're gonna have está, right? So in this case, we're just gonna say ella está, right? And then we just have the verb walking that comes from the verb to walk. That in Spanish is just caminar, right? Since this verb ends in AR, I just need to replace this AR for ando, and that's it. So we're gonna have ella está caminando. That's it, okay? Let's do another example. Let's say, for example, we are eating, okay? So in this case, we are is just a we form, estamos. So let's put it here. Now, eating comes from the verb to eat. That in Spanish is just comer, okay? But the thing is, I don't need comer. I don't need the verb to eat. I need eating, okay? How do we do it? We just replace this ER natural ending for this yendo that we have here. And that's it, okay? So we're gonna have comiendo, okay? So the whole thing will be estamos comiendo. We are eating. That's it, okay? Easy. Now, we know how to create positive form already, but how do we say negative form? How do we say she is not walking? And as we have been saying from the first video, every time I want to say something in the negative form, I just need to add no right before the verb, right? Since this is the first verb, I just need to add no right here. So if I want to say she is not walking, I just need to say ella no está caminando. That's it, okay? And if I want to say this thing in the question form, like if I want to say is she walking, then one more time it's just exactly the same as positive form, like ella está caminando, but I just need to make it sound as a question. So I'm just gonna say something like ella está caminando. And that's it, our question form is ready. Okay, now that we know how we create these phrases, let me show you when to use it. Because a lot of people think this is an equivalent from English. They think they're interchangeable. They think they work exactly in the same way, and they don't work exactly in the same way, okay? But let me just show you what I mean with this. Hey, before continuing, if you're serious about speaking Spanish faster, join my Skool community. Try everything free for 7 days. You will get full access to all my courses, the Spanish Listening Lab, free live masterclasses, and direct support from native Spanish professors. No risk and absolutely no tricks. Just see how much progress you can make in the next 7 days. I'm gonna leave the link in the description, so go and check it out. And whoa, hold on. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps me a lot and means the world to me. And it costs you nothing because it's for free, okay? So please subscribe before you forget it, right? So let's get going. So okay, when do we use this thing? And we're gonna speak about it because this is one of the most common mistakes people make whenever they're trying to learn this tense. Why? Because in English, people use this thing to speak about the present, like current actions, like ongoing actions, things that they're actually happening in the moment. But people also use it to speak about the future, okay? And that doesn't work in Spanish. It doesn't make any sense. But let me just show you what I mean with this. So in Spanish, we use this thing in two different situations, okay? So we use it if the action is currently happening, or we sometimes use it to speak about habits or routines, okay? So if I am using this thing to speak about ongoing action, things that are happening right now, they literally need to be happening right now. So if I say I'm eating, I literally need to be eating. Like I need to be in the table with the spoon in my hand and with the soup in my mouth. Otherwise, it's not going to make any sense, okay? So literally, I cannot say things like I'm flying tomorrow, like people say this thing in English all the time, right? And this thing doesn't work in Spanish because if I say I'm flying tomorrow, this action is happening tomorrow, not right now. So this thing doesn't work in Spanish. If you say it this way, using this is not going to make any sense. In this case, you will need to use future tense, okay? Because as we said already, if we use this tense, the action must be happening. So if I say I'm flying, I literally need to be flying. I need to be on the airplane in the air. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense, okay? Or for example, if I say I'm having dinner with my family tonight. When people see I'm having, they tend to think that they're using this tense like estar plus the verb with ing and all the stuff, right? Like present continuous. But it doesn't work in Spanish because if I say using this present continuous, the action must be happening. So if I say I'm having dinner, I literally need to be with my family having dinner right now. So the action must be happening at the moment I say it. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. So if it's not happening, we cannot use this tense. That's it, okay? So that's the first use we have. So keep in mind that we can use this thing to speak about the future, only about present. That's it. So the action must be happening. Otherwise, people is not gonna get it. And the second use we have for this is when we speak about habits or routines, okay? So normally, if we say something like, if I say something like this, like ella está cantando, that means she is singing. So if I say ella está cantando, since I'm using this tense, that means that she is actually singing right now. So it's happening. She's doing it right now, okay? But if I add the word always, like for example, if I say ella siempre está cantando, if you see, it's literally the same thing. I'm just adding one word, right? So in this case, I'm just adding always, like siempre. So now I'm saying ella siempre está cantando. And this thing now turns into a habit or a routine, just adding this word. So in this case, this is happening right now, but in this case, this is a habit or a routine. That means she's doing this thing all the time. Doesn't have to be happening right now, but it happens as a habit or a routine. It's something that she does very often. So that's the second use. So basically, we just have two different uses for this thing, okay? If the action is currently happening, like an ongoing action, or if we're speaking about a habit or a routine, but only if you guys add the word siempre. Otherwise, it means that it's happening right now. That's it, okay? And now, as always, I'm gonna leave you guys with 2 phrases here in English, so you need to translate that into Spanish just to be sure that everything is crystal clear, okay? So these are the 2 phrases. Are you guys working? And the second one will be, why are you doing that, okay? And before finishing, we have a few irregular verbs with this ing form, okay? So if you want me to make another video about irregular verbs with the ing form, just let me know in the comments, right? So I guess with this, we have got to the end of this video. I hope everything is crystal clear. But just in case you guys have any question about this, just let me know in the comments, right? So, well, thank you very much for your attention, and I'll see you guys next time, okay? Todo bien, nos vemos.